Hey, beautiful people, welcome to my channel, The Fog Philosopher, where we talk peace of mind, mental health, and being your best self. Hi, my beautiful people, welcome to another episode with me, Marcia Nyango, also known as The Fog Philosopher. Thank you for joining me on yet another episode, and if you like something, if you learn something, if I just entertain you, kindly like, share, subscribe, and comment. It'll be much appreciated. And as always, let's get right into it. Today we'll be talking about finding the snake that bit you. And before I continue, let's just watch a short clip.
Imagine getting bitten by a snake, and instead of helping yourself recover from the poison, you chase the snake and try to find out why. You try to prove to the snake that you didn't deserve to get bitten. We often dwell on the source of our pain, seeking validation or answers from those who hurt us, rather than focusing on healing ourselves. In doing so, the poison continues to spread, causing more harm. True healing begins when we stop seeking explanations from the outside and turn our attention inward to recover.
Yeah, so from the clip, you were able to see the guys talking about how when a snake bites you, you should forget about it and move on with your life. Don't go looking for the snake. But today I want to turn that around a bit and encourage us to go looking for the snake. And we'll get right into why I am encouraging us to go looking for the snake. So when a snake bites you in actual sense, in a literal sense, when you go to the hospital, they do ask you what kind of snake was it, what color was the snake, so that they can find out what poison the snake has, induced, and whether it is a poisonous snake or not. And if it is a poisonous snake, what kind of poison and what antidote they need to give you. So the reason they ask these questions, what color is the snake, where exactly were you when the snake bit you, is so that they can figure out which snake might have bitten you. And you need to do the same thing in your own life for various reasons. Number one, when you find out what kind of snake bit you, you're able to avoid a similar snake or the exact same snake biting you in the present moment or in the future. You need to go find out the characters of the people who hurt you so that you can avoid similar people in the present moment or in the future. People who hurt us do have specific characters. They might be sociopaths, they might be psychopaths, they might be narcissists, they might just be vain and proud people. But you need to go back and look at the characters of the people who hurt you, whether they are similar, whether they are different, find out if there's a pattern, so that you may be able to avoid such people in the present or in the future. And the second reason why we need to go look for the snake that bit us is so that we know how to deal with such people. In life, we can't always avoid the snakes that, that hurt us or that are meant to hurt us. So once you know which snake bit you in the past, once you know the character of the people who are likely to harm you, you will be able to know how to deal with them in a future situation or in a current situation. So knowing and trying to find out which kind of snake bit you is to help you to have the tools to deal with such people when they reappear in your life. So for example, if it was a narcissist that you were dealing with, if it was an avoidant partner, if it was a selfish friend, if it was a mean boss, you need to know the type of person they were, so that if you meet such a person again, you will know how to deal with them in the current state. So that is another reason why we need to go find the snake that bit us, so that we are more prepared in a current and future situation with a similar snake or the exact same snake. And I am not in any way calling human beings snakes. This is metaphorically just to signify people who hurt us, and sometimes we are also those people in other people's lives. So the third reason why we need to go looking for the snake that bit us is to find out what about us attracted this person to us. What about us? What character? What are we lacking, or what are we possessing that made the snake choose us as their victim. As in nature, sometimes you were just somewhere where you were not meant to be. You were seated in a grass that you had not completely gone through the area to see if it's safe to sit on, or you were maybe operating in a dark place where the snake was able to get access of you. So in reality, in human nature, we also possess characteristics that attract negative people to us, or they are able to sense that this is someone I can manipulate, this is someone I can misuse, this is someone I can con, this is someone I can do A, B, C, D to. So you need to go back and study the snake that bit you so that you can find out what about you attracted them to you, or what about you did they find so easily to manipulate. It will help you do an introspection of yourself and your own characters that are making these snakes attracted to you for whatever reason. So the reason we need to go back and study the snake that bit us is so that we can at the same time study our own weaknesses or our own character setbacks that we need to work on, so that in future or in the present moment we cannot attract the same type of scandalous people back into our lives. So the fourth reason why we need to go back and study the snake that bit us is to find out what kind of environment were we in, what kind of situation were we in when we met this snake, or when the snake was able to manipulate us or entrap us into the confusion. So if it was an environment that maybe you were not meant to be in, you were new to that environment and did not know the ways of that specific environment, or you were there by accident, or you were collateral damage to someone else's plans, you need to understand how you got into that situation that led you to be bit in the first place. Because you're to be in an environment conducive to the snake. Most of the time, snakes do not come to our environment. And when they do, they're more afraid. Usually when we are bitten, we are in the snake's environment. So you need to find out where you are when this specific people, the narcissists, psychopaths, sociopaths, whoever they were, where they were able to get access to you and therefore manipulate you and end up causing you pain and hurt and all that. So you need to study the environment that led you to meeting this specific snake, so that you can in future, one, avoid such environments, and if you cannot avoid such environments, you make yourself acquainted to such environments so that you are not a target to people who are looking for victims and targets. So that's another reason why we need to go study the snake that bit us, is to find out which kind of environment were we in when they got access to us. So the reason why I say that we need to go back to the snake is so that we can just avoid future encounters with similar people or the exact person. The funny thing about life is that most negative situations tend to repeat themselves until we learn the lesson, and sometimes you cannot learn the lesson until you go back to the cause of the pain. I am not in any way suggesting that you go back and try to interact with this person or try to get closure from this person or try to force your way into their environment. I'm simply saying just do a brief research of this person and their similarities. Do a brief research of their character. Do a brief research of the environment that you met them in. Do a brief research of your own character flaws or what you feel might have been missing, in your own character that made you attracted to them or made them attracted to you. There's always some kind of energy flow between a victim and their captor. So once you do this research, you'll be able to avoid such people, or if you do encounter them, you'll be in a better position to deal with them. So as much as the first thing we should do after we've been bitten by a snake is to heal and take care of ourselves, you should always heal first from whatever pain that has been caused, whether you were conned, whether you were dumped, whether you were heartbroken, whether you were stolen from, whether you were used, abused, always heal first. So you are the main priority always. So once you have healed, then you can be able to just go back and study the snake so that you can avoid future recurrences of that situation. And yes, that is our topic for today. I know it started off kind of like, what is this girl talking about? But yes, that is what it meant. So always find time to go back and look for the snake so that you understand exactly what went wrong and how you can handle the situation better in future. So thank you for joining me on yet another episode. Catch you on the next one. And as always, if you liked, learn something, or if I just entertain you, kindly like, share, and subscribe. Bye, guys.